All right, bro, we back.
We back. This is episode 18.
Episode 18.
18,
Absolutely.
okay. All right, 18. We almost grown.
We almost grow. Well, we technically grow.
We technically
we
grow.
Can't freak yet. We can't freak.
That's
yet.
right. That's right.
Which is interesting because we got a special guest, as everyone can see. We have a special guest this evening that we're going to be doing a little quick interview from Chicago. Very own Chrishon Lampley from Love Corkscrew. We thank you for joining us this evening. How are you?
Hello, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So we know this is busy season for you, so we thank you for taking the time to be with us today. So we're going to just get right into our interview, ask you a few questions about yourself so people can know a little more about you. I know people from Chicago may know you, but just give us a little bit of background. So were you born and raised here in Chicago? And if so, like what side of town are you from?
Right. Chicago's always so specific about exactly what area you're from. So, so I actually grew up in Downers Grove. So I actually am from the west suburbs. But after my parents retired years and years ago, I lived in New York. Then I lived in Las Vegas. And then I came back and actually lived in the city. So I've been in North Kenwood for years and years and years, since 97. I've been in North Kenwood, so I've been here a long time in the city.
Nice. Okay, so you moved around a lot. So did you go to college here too, or were you just?
I went to Western, Illinois, and then I also went to FIT in New York. So that's why I lived in New York for a little bit as well. So definitely a little bit all over the place. And I love the West Coast, though. I lived in Las Vegas for a long time. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice. Well, you had to love Chicago to come back from lovely Vegas. So
I guess. I guess.
Okay, so being the founder of Love Corkscrew, how did you get started? Like what? Why? Like how did that come about? Like did you go to school for it, or what did that come from?
Sure. So for people who have no idea who I am, my name is Chrishon Lampley. I'm the owner of Love Corkscrew. So in my industry, I'm classified as a Negociant. That is a form of a winemaker. I've been doing it for a long time now, about 20 years in the industry. Nice. I've owned Love Corkscrew since 2014, over 1 million bottles sold. Oh, wow. We're sold all around the country, from Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, Cost Plus World Market, Total Wines and More, you name it. And we launched here in Chicago, and it was like wildfire. Mariano's and Kimbark Liquor were the first two that took us in.
Hyde Park. Yeah.
Yes, Hyde Park. And now you can literally find Love Corkscrew everywhere in the city. So it was years of sales and marketing. I also worked in the sales distribution side in wine and spirits, as well as I owned an art bar and gallery here in Chicago, early 2000s. So it was kind of all sides, this trifecta of working in distribution, sales and marketing, and also ownership in a bar, that I said, I always listen to consumers, because that's what I'm trained to do, being in sales and marketing. And what was missing was small batch wines. What was missing is support of local. People were annoyed that they bought the same wine at the grocery store that they saw in a restaurant. Yeah. They wanted to try something different and support local. And a lot of people didn't know there was a great amount of wineries and vineyards in the entire Midwest. So I did what people told me I could not do. People were like, you don't own a vineyard. You didn't grow up in Napa. How could you do this? Yeah. Well, I said, watch me. So years of training. I got federally licensed. So, of course, I can import and export around the entire world. Nice. And Love Corkscrew was created. So that's the short of the story.
Nice. Well, I definitely, as you say, we definitely see you all over Chicago. I live in western suburbs too, and in Jewel, I always get excited when I see like that little end cap. I'm like, oh,
yes. Jewel is great to me. I'm in every single Jewel, and I have at least 5 to 6 varietals in every single Jewel.
Yeah,
they've been great.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I always, like I said, I get excited when I see, especially like Black women just winning, and then just to actually go in the store and see that, that's always amazing to me. So and then just being in the industry where it's not a lot of Black women, like how does that work for you? Like what kind of experience that you've been having just being like, probably like a small percentage of this whole, this whole thing. How does that work, or how does that feel?
Well, I'll tell you exactly. It's 0.0009%. So there's only 60 of us out of 111,000 in the world.
Wow.
So you eliminate me, that's 59. So there's 60 of us out of this. So when people say they know a lot of Black-owned vineyards and wineries, no, you don't. It's impossible because there's only 60. So 60 African-American women that are negociants, vineyard owners, and winery owners. Black people as a whole, about 132. So tiny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really simple as not being taken seriously. People used to think I was the ambassador for Love Corkscrew, or there must be somebody huge backing Love Corkscrew.
Yeah.
When no, it's all mine, and I birthed Love Corkscrew. So just never being taken seriously. But that comes with everything. That comes in so many sectors of so many different career paths. But in mine specifically, it's very old school, very old world, right? So not only is it this thought process, almost like a fraternity, that you have to be chosen to be in this wine sector, but also to be a brown person in this wine sector and to be a woman in the wine sector. It's just, everything is against me. Everything is against me. But it's a passion I love, and I'm here for the fight. And this is what I was meant to do. And I always know that, it's bigger than me. Love Corkscrew is bigger than Chrishon Lampley.
Yeah. My question for you, I know you have a lot of experience, as you said, in the industry. Just the industry as a whole, what's like the biggest challenge in your opinion?
I would say financing anything that you're going to do. Because people will say to me all the time, well, I want a wine brand, Chrishon, what do I need to do? And, and I joke about it, but I'm serious. I'm like, you need to have some money. and this is the thing, though. And when I say I'm not being arrogant or cocky, because I had nothing. I had nothing at all when I started. I had holes in my pants. Kid you not, when I started. But it takes a lot of funding, and there's so many legalities. Like, just to get started, it takes a lot. And understand, everything moves simultaneously. There's so many moving parts, right? Just even if you have money and you start a brand, there's celebrities who fail in the wine industry all the time. They fail in the spirits industry all the time because not only is it that, but you have to have a distributor that trusts you. These distributors are billion-dollar companies, right? So they are the gatekeepers. Then you have to have the stores that want to carry you. Right. Then after that, you have to have consumers that even want to buy it enough. Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean they're going to run to the store and buy your wine. Doesn't mean they're going to buy your whiskey or your vodka. And for how long is that going to last? You could just be a fad. So it's a lot. People don't understand that it's not as sexy as it looks. It's a lot more technical, and it's also a lot more. You make a lot less money than people think you make in this industry because it's a 3-tier system. Everybody else makes more money than I do. The distributor makes more money than me. The store makes more money than me. I'm the last one paid. So that's the part that people have to understand, that this is a very expensive industry, and it takes time. I mean, it took me 8 years to get to 1 million bottles. And that's because I did everything grassroots on my own. If I had large corporations backing me, it might have been different. But the success of Love Corkscrew took time. Took time. That's what people don't get.
I think people see, with social media, they think it's a quick thing, and I can get wine, and then I can sell it, and I can be in stores. And no, it's
good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, it's a process behind that. So it's
it
good
is.
that people need to know that it's not an overnight. It's not sexy, as you said. I mean, the drink is sexy, but
of course.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask this as the only guy on here. Okay, I gotta ask this because Chrishon, I go there, okay? Like, I have to know. Like, I like to be somewhat controversial. Now, women drink more wine than men?
Absolutely.
Is that really just a female thing, or is it like, okay, for instance, your wine, is it catered to women, or is it like okay, men can drink it if they want to. Like what? How? What is the marketability?
I mean, think about it. Just about in any industry, women are buying power, right? Women just buy everything, right? So that's number one. Number two, wine, and this is my opinion. Wine is extremely complicated. It's not easy, and it's not something that you can just pick up a bottle and be like, okay, I like it. Guys are very quick at things. They just want to pick it up. Okay, I like it. I'm just going to buy the same thing over and over again. Okay, great. Done. Right? They move very quick. It takes time to decide what varietal you want. There's thousands out there. You have to really be into it and read the back of the bottle. I think men have a very short attention span and aren't going to do that much.
That's true.
So to answer your question, absolutely women buy more wine. Do I cater it to Love Corkscrew to women? Not necessarily, but women are very attracted to it. But I will say this, fellas, buy my, I don't even have any right here because they're packing it up. Buy my Concord Hard Knock Life. More than anything, it's like a guy thing, and they'll post a bottle of it. I even had the guys from Crucial Conflict. They posted a bottle of my cab. We're moving on up. And they're like, I'm like, that's kind of funny. Nice. And I would have never thought that, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, it's subjective. It's definitely a consumer base is always going to be women first. But I just did what I thought was great. And it just, it's resonated with a lot of people, but women are the main consumers, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So with the Love Corkscrew, as far as the different so right now, like I know we're doing wine, are you looking to do anything outside of wine as far as with the spirits, like whiskey, like you mentioned whiskey or vodka, anything like that? Is that something that you can see yourself getting into?
Nope. I know my lane. Not at all. Not at all.
And why not? I just asked.
It's two different. It's totally different. Yeah. There's different legalities. There's different laws. There's different making. Wine making for me is relaxing and enjoyable, and I know the system. I don't know anything about whiskey and bourbons or anything, but I love Oban 14. That's about it. So I that's not my jam.
Yeah.
I want to focus, and I think sometimes I'm a answer at a broader scale that sometimes entrepreneurs can get all over the place. We're a lot of times we're creatives and kind of like wild boars, and you need to pull us back in with a lasso. So I think sometimes we do too much.
Yeah.
Now what I did create in products were candles and body
that.
butter. And the funny thing is the candles, people may think, oh, that's just a small entity of Love Corkscrew. I sell them on Target.com. I've sold thousands of candles. And actually that profit margin is way higher than my wine. Wow. So there's definitely other sectors of my company, but spirits, no, I'm just going to drink them and enjoy it.
I feel you.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
And it's Love Corkscrew. You know what I mean? Like doesn't even even match whiskey.
Like, I have a bottle of Love Corkscrew whiskey. You're going to be like,
that's
bro,
weird.
What
is that? That's weird. Like
that's funny. Okay, so then I know Moses, he asked you about like what's the biggest challenge, but what would you say so far? What has been like your biggest, I guess, triumph story so far? Like what's been like a highlight for you thus far throughout this journey?
Oh gosh, I have so many downfalls, but so many highlights. But I would say the most rewarding one outside, I did a TED Talk. That was definitely,
I was going to ask you about that.
An amazing thing. Yeah. That was one of the best experiences of my life. Being asked to do one first is, an honor. And just being on a stage in front of so many people in a large platform, that's where I live. That's my jam. I'm more comfortable in front of hundreds of people than I am in front of one person. So
really?
That was, as soon as I hit the stage, I was like, oh, home. I was like, boom, I can do this.
Yeah.
I was so comfortable. So comfortable. And of course, there's so many directions there's so many things you have to do. You have to be on the red dot. You can have no note cards and nothing like that. Everything has to be memorized. Like everything it's like really structured. You have to look at the camera a certain way. It's very structured, but it was amazing. But I would say the biggest highlight was just recently. I just won the Dell Technology contest, over $40,000 worth of Dell technology. Nice. And what was so amazing was my village, the people that were behind me in Chicago and beyond, from my sorority sisters, the Deltas who were sharing it all over their networks, to people I went to school with. DJ Jazzy Jeff shared the vote on his IG story. So to win that contest and be able to let all of my employees enjoy the fruits of our labor and have some amazing computer systems and things. It was just unreal for me. That was definitely a huge highlight for me.
That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Amazing. So I know you mentioned the TED Talk. So I know you did reality TV for a little bit, at least to the Hire Me, I think is what it was called. Do you see yourself getting back into doing TV or reality TV, thing like that, or was that just a one-time thing?
No, I've had a lot of reality programming reach out to me. So definitely, I think there's a want for Black women in the wine industry right now for reality shows. So so definitely some are vetting us to see if it works. I love it. I have no issues with it. I actually would like for people to see the behind the scenes for Love Corkscrew, because again, there's so much. Like, people have no idea. Literally, my living room looks like a warehouse now, and I have people in there packing stuff. They have no idea that I have to fly out, on a whim sometimes, and I'm at this wine fest or having to look at the vintage to pick things, right? I have to go to Chile. Like there's so many things that go on in my world that I would love the camera to see. So that's not over. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Well, I know for me, as soon as when I talked to Latisse and she told me that we booked you, and then I told my wife, I said, we're having the creator of Love Corkscrew on. She was like, what? She's like, I love that wine. Like, I'm like, okay, all right. And then when I posted your picture on my Facebook page, I had all these different people commenting like, I love her wine. I go get it from this store. I love it, and I can't wait to tune in and see what she talks about. Like, so I was like, okay, we got some Black excellence on the show tonight.
I love it. I love it. It warms my heart, and I'm serious when I say Chicago has been amazing to Love Corkscrew, and I really say, if you can make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere. I've lived in New York. No, if you can make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere. You guys are hard. You guys are rough. and once I got it right and hit Love Corkscrew to the market, Chicago has just shown me so much love, much love. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Absolutely. Well, I just have a couple more questions, and then we'll let you go, because like I said, I know you're busy. So I don't know, like, what type of music you listen to. Do you listen to R&B, rap? Like, what kind of music? Because we just had a quick question regarding music. Depending on what
I'm old school, so I'm old school. I'm actually probably the oldest person on here right now. So I like old school hip hop. Like one of my favorite, and I can't wait. So I'm going to that concert in California that everybody's talking about. We'll see if it's really real, right? Could end up being another Fry Fest.
With that long.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Is it real?
We'll see. So so if it is real, I am there. And the best I told my guy already, look, when Dead Prez comes on, just know I'm gonna be in the middle of the mosh pit or whatever. I love Dead Prez.
What's your favorite song?
Oh God, hip hop.
I do it. Yeah.
Like, I can hear the bass now, right? So I can't wait. So that, and then I go the extreme opposite. Like, I love Sade and the internet, sir. I absolutely love. So I'm very more of like the laid back. I can watch. I don't know if you guys know that series that comes on YouTube called Colors, but it shows. It's amazing. You gotta look. You gotta look. It's called Colors. It's amazing, and it's a series of just different musicians that come on, and the whole premise is the green screen behind them is a color, and it's either matching or the exact opposite of what they're wearing, but they just sing. Like Sir will be on there, like I said.
I love Sir.
It's like just amazing. So I love like the eclectic, funny, fun. Like different artists. So that's my jam.
So give me your top five. Give me your top five. I would say the top five all-time artists as far as, let's go with hip hop.
Your list.
Hip-hop,
your top 5.
Yeah,
my
list.
top 5.
Yeah, your top.
Top 5 hip hop: Nas,
okay,
Guru or Gangstar,
mm-hmm.
if you will. I got so many. I love Kendrick Lamar. I'm trying to think of like albums I can just literally press play. Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And then last, Biggie. I was a huge Biggie fan.
Oh,
I lived in New York.
Coach would love you there. Yeah.
Huge Biggie fan.
Salute.
Huge.
Salute.
Man. Just press play. So those are my favorite.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, well, just wrapping it up. Again, we want to say thank you. But if people want to follow you or want to know what's going on, where should we send them? Like, do we just tell them to go to IG? Let us know where they can find you and get all that good stuff.
Literally every social channel is Love Corkscrew. You see it probably on the bottom of your screen. Just follow Love Corkscrew. IG at Love Corkscrew. Facebook, Love Corkscrew. LinkedIn, I'm Chrishon Lampley. But just follow me everywhere. And there's so many exciting things happening, especially in Q1. I'm going to be on the Home Shopping Network. Nice. So I'll probably have a huge event for people to tune in and watch that. That's going to be exciting to be live on Home Shopping Network. How fun is that, right?
Yes.
So there's so many great things happening in Q1. So I look for you guys to definitely follow me and know that I love you all. For everyone who's bought a bottle of Corkscrew, you have no idea. It just takes one bottle at a time.
It's good stuff, y'all. It's good stuff. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you so much again. Everybody, as she said, Love Corkscrew. You guys go out and get it. Follow her everywhere, and we will definitely talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was a good, nice little interview, Chief.
That was.
Because you know what? She is well known. I'm telling you. Like I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people when I posted a picture too had texted me as well and was like, "Oh, like I really like her stuff." So, yeah, like I said, I think it's so cool just to see because, like she said it's 0.99 or 0.09 like percent of Black women that are actually in that industry. So for her to be in there and then to be flourishing, like I think it's dope. Like I said, when I go to the store and I see it, like I try to buy Black on purpose. So it's just when I see it, it's just always dope to see something different. You know what I'm saying? Because like we always say, like we try to show like Black people in doing different things because we get stuck in the entertainment world sometimes and we don't look outside of that. But there's so many other things for young people to do. So I hope somebody, see her and just see like, it's work, but there's an industry out there outside of, what we see all the time. And it's dope that she's doing something different. So I think I'm so glad that she's able to do this.
She's a sister.
And she's a sister, absolutely. And she's from Chicago. Chicago area. Chicago area. She is.
I ain't giving no flack from being from DC.
Well,
she still don't get the love.
I'm with her. I'm suburban too, so.
Yeah, no, you're not, T. Stop telling everybody that. God, you from Garfield Park, man.
I definitely was born in Garfield Park, but still. I'm suburban now, but whatever. I'm suburban.
Well, look, since you suburban, how was your week?
Man, Joe, my week was good because today I was off. And I'm going to tell you, bro, ain't nothing like being off and not telling people. Because, seriously, like, when you off, like...
Things Black people say.
Listen, when people know you off, then they start asking you to do shit. Like, they just make up stuff for you to do. Like, when they know you off, they could absolutely have no reason to call you. But just because they know you off, they'll be like, oh, can you do? So when I'm off, I learned to not tell people. I don't post nothing. Like,
Talk about it.
Now I was off, but by the time they see this, I'll be back to work. So yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So I enjoyed my day off. I watched caught up with some of my shows. So yeah, I had a good day, had a good week, had a short week, so it was all good.
Short week for you?
Yeah. How about you?
My week's been long, man. It's long. It's been a long week. It's gonna be a long weekend. But I mean, this is just how this time of year is for me. So
yeah.
All I know is Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Them kids ain't getting shit.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Man,
Come on. Let's see, don't have nothing for them and see how that go for you.
Listen. Them kids know what they've been getting all year long. Okay? They gonna get a couple $100. That's it. Don't ask me for no Jordans. Don't ask me for no
Sure,
nothing else.
$200 is good. That's
you know what they got? They got this big ass house we just got marked. Merry Christmas. Okay,
hey,
that's what they got.
You sound like the daddy on Everybody Hates Chris.
Hey, I'm for real.
Stuff like, hey, that light bill, Merry Christmas. That's
that light bill. That, as my old man said, that water you use and you leave running. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
You crazy, bro. You crazy. So, but yeah, it's been a good week, busy week.
I gotta ask you because you threw me off when you brought up the topic. You put in the group chat, the little topic. What did the glue girl do now? I missed this. What happened now?
Bro,
what happened?
I'm gonna tell you, this heifer needs to just she needs to go bald. Like cut all that off. Because I don't know, like anybody who know who the Gorilla Girl glue, I'm calling her Gorilla Glue Girl.
Yeah.
So y'all know what happened when she used that damn adhesive instead of hairspray. And so they got that out of her hair. And now I don't know what she's doing. Like she said that she thought her hair was strong enough to take chemicals. So I'm assuming she gave herself a perm.
Oh God!
And so now her hair is just coming out in clumps, and I'm like, "Fan, she made a video about it." I'm like, you know what? Cut it off. You're done with hair. Like you're done with it. You're done. Like hair is not your thing. Like you're putting glue on there. I mean, after you had your hair in that situation, why would you go and perm your hair anyway? Like you should just be done playing around with your hair. Like she has to be. I don't want to call her dumb. But something is not right.
I'll call her dumb. She's dumb.
Yeah. And it was so funny at the comments. She posted this video and people was commenting. They was like, hey y'all, don't give that girl no more money. They was like, if she don't know how to comb her hair at this point, that's just don't give her no more money. Because I think she did start another GoFundMe, bro.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure she did, yeah.
My God, what is she? She's dumb. She got any friends? She got any friends, man?
I don't know. She can't have no friends, not no real friends. Because I mean, if I was messing up my hair like that, yeah, my friends would be like, "Tease, you're done. Cut it off."
That's what I'm saying.
Wigs, that's your thing. That's your groove right now. Wigs. You're done with hair. Like I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. I'm like, if she be on there looking pitiful, and I'm like, fam. It's you. You're the problem. It's not the hair products. It's you. It's you. Yeah. That's what happened with her. And I thought that shit was hilarious. Like
I thought it was over for her. Like, I thought we would never have to hear from her again. I thought she learned her lesson. She got her little money from my bag. And she going by her business. But she still can't comb her damn hair.
No. She ain't get that lesson. She ain't get that lesson, bro. Yeah.
See? No friend. I have no friends, man.
She has no friend. That's what she needs to do. Go friend me. Go friend me.
Friend me.
Somebody need to tell a sister like, man, Joe, like, most people, women, we do our hair, especially when you go through something like that, you know that, yeah, like, I can't be playing around with my hair. Most people would just leave it alone. Why she's still playing around in it is just beyond me.
Too slow, Joe.
It's something. The elevator is not going to the top. It's not.
That knife, it's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
No,
none of that.
No, not the brightest star in the sky. All those things.
Not at all. Not at all.
All those things. Baby girl needs.
Man, she's nuts, man.
I'm gonna mail her some wigs, cause yeah, she need to cut it off. Like she irritated me. I'm like, it's not even my hair, but I'm irritated that she keeps messing up her hair. It's blowing me. Like it really is. Like, dude, like I really need you to figure out something. Yeah.
She need to figure out quick.
Yeah.
If she got any kids?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she do.
Man,
I want to say she was like a teacher, bro, too. Like a teacher. I'm serious. I'm pretty sure she works in the school system. I'm almost positive. Yeah. I got
whoever hired her needs to be fired.
Somebody said take their kids out of there now. Take
Now,
their kids out of the class now.
Hey, what my man said, the principal, and lean on me immediately. Immediately.
Expeditiously. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, she need to go, bro. She need to go.
Yeah, how's she gonna teach them? What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
That just got my brain all messed up now, man. Look. Hey, it's been some good stuff this week. You know what was really dope this week?
What?
And we talked about this. I think we forgot to talk about it last week. But, Deion Sanders, he at Jackson State, he head coach there.
Yeah.
What he did, this happened a while ago, but he doing this I don't know if it's a YouTube series or the Barstool Network, whoever he with. They're following him around this year. They just follow him, showing him how he's coaching the team, how he's interacting with the players, his surgery, X, Y, Z. Well, earlier this year, I think it was Jackson State's homecoming. Everybody know who the famous, infamous IG model chick, Brittany Renner.
Mm-hmm.
She's known for dating athletes.
That's 12.
Yeah, she's got a baby
right?
by an NBA player.
People call her a predator, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they call her a predator, and I understand why. I get it, but I still think people still don't be fair when it comes to men and women with that. But whatever, that's a whole nother conversation. But she came to Jackson State's homecoming. Deion invited her to talk to the team about athletes and how easy they can get sucked in to this lifestyle when it comes to women taking advantage of them and, whatever. So some people took a lot of flack. Some people gave Deion flack for that. Some people gave her flack for that. Some people actually applauded Deion for doing what they feel is, by him knowing and being in that life for all those years, some people was like, he should do that because he knows what it's like to be pursued by a woman that wants fame or whatever, because this young man is a future millionaire.
Sure.
So I thought it was dope because when she was talking, she really didn't try to be like, she don't do that. She basically was like, look, this is what's going on. I'm it. Look at me. I'm telling you what's going on, how easy it is to get in somebody's DM on Instagram. And then Deion was pretty much saying, y'all got to be careful out here because one mistake can mess you up. And for me, I think here it is. He's a black coach.
Mm-hmm.
See, they're not doing this at Alabama. They're not doing this at LSU. They're not doing this at the predominantly white schools. I think what Deion is doing is changing the game. And I think that he always made it known that it's not all about football with me.
Right.
It's about life.
Right.
And you can see that though, because
he's been like that for a long time. I would give Deion Sanders that because I did used to watch his reality show.
Me too.
That he had some years ago. So he's always been that way. So I don't think what he did, with bringing her on, that's something that a Deion Sanders thing to do. So I think that is dope that he does try to give them, life lessons, because especially like you said, black boys, somebody that's been in it, that's been in the industry and that know about groupies and stuff like that. It's always good to hear someone say that. I do think too that, and I'm sure he has to bringing in younger players that's even more closer to their generation to let them hear. My thing was, I thought it was funny bringing her because I'm like, these boys is not listening. They are not.
They know who she is. They know who she is.
Exactly. They know who she is, and they little college wieners are probably getting excited, and that's about it. They ain't really thinking about her being no groupie and coming after niggas' money. Because truthfully, guys, I would think, I'm not a guy, but I would think most of them know, these girls don't really like you. That if you weren't playing basketball or football or whatever, a sport, that they wouldn't be interested in you. But I don't think they care. I don't think
they don't care.
You think guys, you're a coach too. So I mean, like, what would you tell your do you think, even as a former player and as a coach now, do you think that matters? Do you think that kind of it's impactful? Do you think it really makes a difference?
To know about that?
Yeah, like somebody telling you, do you think they care like that the girl's a groupie?
You know what? Honestly, I think nowadays it matters more than it did back in the day to me.
Okay.
Because the influence that social media has now on these athletes, like everything is put on social media now. So, and I think now, and when you're an athlete, people like Brittany Winter and other people have access to you because all they got to do now is do what? Go in your DM.
Right.
And then that's how it gets started. Back in the day, it was a little different, a little harder to reach out to somebody like that. But now it's like, well, shoot, I'm going to look up Deion Sanders Jr. He a quarterback?
Yeah.
He about to be a future first round?
Yeah.
Jump in his DM.
Yeah. But then
so,
you got, what was that, was, I don't know if it was her or not, but then it was a basketball player. He might have been a rookie or maybe his second year. He just got one of these IG models that's a little bit older than, that's not a little bit, like 10 years older than him, pregnant. Was it her?
Well, yeah, she has a baby by PJ Washington.
Okay.
He's a second-year player for the Charlotte Hornets.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they can.
But she scouted him out.
Yeah.
She scouted him out when he was at Kentucky. That's what Deion's trying to show. Like, hey, they out here. They looking. They know how high your draft status is. They know how much you'll make if you're a first. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm just glad. Look, I told the people on social media, I'm glad he didn't bring Tiana Trump to the school. Now, if he had brought her to the school, well, none of them Negroes gonna be listening to anything he says. He said
they weren't listening to her either. But
because if Tiana was there, they would have been like, "Yo, Tiana, I seen that video."
Tiana would have been in all them boys' room too.
Yeah, look, ma, no hands, face hands. They had to go off, boy. For real.
She would have knocked them all the little boys out. But I mean, I do. I hope they listen. I hope the young boys listen. We definitely, I mean, I think that'd be the thing in life, period, that, for girls, we always get these lessons, and it's, we always have these things since we've been younger about what to do and what not to do. And I don't see it on the same level for guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they, I know it's like quote unquote a man's world, man dominated world, but those are life lessons that I think coming from another man that they need to hear, but you don't hear that often. So I'm glad you do that, which maybe that'll encourage other coaches to do the same. Aren't they going to the championship or something this weekend?
Yeah, they're playing their championship game this weekend. But they don't go to the bowl games like that because they're not FCS. They're not like the Alabamas and all that. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had a good season. Deion has made an impact. Coach Prime, Coach Deion, he has made an impact since he's been there. I know it's a lot of rumbling about him, some school trying to steal him away or take him away the next few years. But I really, I really don't want him to go. But you know how it is, though. Sometimes that right offer, and if a school will let him do what he's doing in Jackson State, he got to look at it because he do help these kids.
Yeah.
He do help these kids.
Yeah. He always has. I can say that Deion he's always had like youth oriented like programs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even on the high school level, now on the college level, like he's always tried to do something with the kids, which I think that's dope. Like I think that's dope. Not saying that a lot of other athletes don't, but he definitely he does. That's been his mission, and he's been on that. And I think it was so dope for him to go to an HBCU because, like he said, like honestly, like if all of our our top tier athletes went to Black colleges, like they would get that money. They would start getting those sponsorships because now your sports, teams have gone from, from the bottom to the top because all the good players are going to HBCU. So maybe it'll be a trend. Like that would be absolutely dope. Like to, for us to go back, because if you think about it, back in the day, like when it was nothing but you could only go to Black schools, they all had like all the players were going there. So it's the gift and the curse of being able to go anywhere. But I think if more players start going to HBCU, that's gonna be dope. I think that'll be dope.
Yeah, I wish they could do that. Yeah. It'll be dope. It would be dope because you got all these. Deion hired these former NFL players, as his coaches. I mean, that's dope, man. I mean, what better way to learn is from guys who did it.
Yeah.
Like
and then you got some of them players now, some of those coaches that he did hire, like some of them now are getting offers from other colleges, for head coaches. So I thought that was dope too.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
He doing a good job over there. People, the knock on him is, can he really coach?
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is this. He got the win. And honestly, I don't really think he's doing it for the win. I really think he's doing it because he wants to see these young kids have opportunity. And he keeps telling NFL, why are y'all not going over here to the HBCUs drafting us?
Yeah.
And he makes it known all the time.
Yeah. And I think that's what he's doing. Like you said, I don't think he really care about the wins. I think it's more about bringing attention to the HBCUs and, just making some noise. You know what I'm saying? So just for that alone, like I think that's dope. That it was dope when he signed, and I just think it's dope what he's doing. And maybe more former players that do have aspirations to be coaches, they'll start with the HBCU. You know what I'm saying? At least, that's a start, and that'll be, it'll go a long way. I think it's just cool because this is Deion Sanders. This is not no Huff player. This is
Coach Prime.
It's yeah. So this is a top tier athlete that's doing that. So I think that's dope. Yeah, I always like Deion.
Not only is a top tier athlete, he probably the best defensive quarterback to ever play the game. So I mean, he got the pedigree to talk. You know what I'm saying? So. Hey, those kids are good hands.
Absolutely.
Real good hands.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So what's up with your boy? He a celebrity now, Kyle Rittenhouse?
I wish he'd get in the garbage. I do. I think I wish he'd get in the garbage. Like this little, I want to sound like I'm trying to be good and not curse today, but this little effer. That's what I saw that's what I was thinking when I saw him, like, on that podcast, and I'm sitting here like, this dude think he a celebrity, but you know what? We always say, like, people that get prideful, he absolutely gonna do something dumb again, and he's going to find himself in trouble. And then when he do, I just hope he just lives under the jail.
Yeah,
because it's just like, and the people who interviewed, to even have him on the show, like joking around, like, it's so sickening, bro. It's so sickening. Only in America can a 17-year-old kill two people and injure 3 people or whatever, and get off on it, and then go on like this media frenzy and joke around as if you ain't just killed somebody. It's disgusting.
He hates LeBron. He hates LeBron now. You heard what he said.
Yeah. Who gives a damn? Like, LeBron ain't thinking about you. I'm like, why do you think LeBron care about you? Nobody cares about you. Like, man, it irritated my soul. Like, this little dude, like.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be doing more interviews. You know that.
I know, and that's what I was saying. It's just disgusting that the people who actually even interview him, like, giving him a platform for foolishness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is a platform for foolishness, but. Somebody's gonna watch it. Somebody's gonna tune in. He's polarizing right now because he won a case on self-defense.
Right.
And during a time that a lot of people feel like a lot of people feel like he got away with it. You could feel like that, but I do know he got some lawyers to use the law to help him and use the self-defense thing. Everybody keeps saying, you know, he had a right to carry a gun. But my thing has always been this. Who are you to say, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to uphold the law? I'm going to restore order. That's not your job. But that's privilege. See, that's that mindset. Privilege.
That's the white privilege.
Yeah.
It's not just privilege, it's white privilege. So
yeah, that's what that is.
It's a whole different thing. We talked about it before, like, you know, it's just his mind, you know, it's the problem. We can say, yes, technically by law, he got off because he can say it's self-defense, but that's the problem. It's the law. The laws need to be changed where you just can't go somewhere and invoke yourself into something and then cry self-defense. Like that should, it has to be some stipulations on what can be, you know, self-defense, but it's not, because this is how people have been able to get away with murder for years, for decades. So, you know, it's not going to change because you leave it open like that. It just leaves up to interpretation. You can say, well, technically he was scared and they approached him, and, you know, it's just a whole bunch of goofy stuff.
That's what George Zimmerman used. The stand your ground law. He had a lawyer. To say, we can use stand your ground law. You were defending yourself.
And that was so disgusting because you went after somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
You was getting your ass beat. Now, and you scared in that moment, it was okay for you to shoot because now you're scared and your life was threatened. I'm like, fuck your life, because you went after somebody that wasn't even bothering you. It wasn't your business. It wasn't for you to go after him. And the dispatcher told you not to follow him. Like, that's the kind of stuff I feel like, you know, it should be when you're totally going vigilante and you going against the grain and just making up your own rules as you go. You should not. You can't use something.
Do that
because you were told to not to do something and you did it, and because you were getting your butt beat, now all of a sudden, you know, it's self-defense. Like, but you know, all that stuff, like, you know, I believe at some point everything you do gonna come back to you at some point, like you do, I promise you it's gonna come back on you. So
she did like this.
It's your hacker day.
Hey, but you know, I mean, we seen cases like that. We seen Zimmerman. We seen Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
We saw with Ahmaud Arbery, them dudes, what they did to him.
Yeah.
They just felt like, hey,
going to jail.
They felt like, hey, what you doing over here? You ain't supposed to be over here. You know, I mean, we've seen cases like that. We've even seen cases like that in history.
Yeah.
Perfect example, the case that they just closed with Emmett Till. You know, he basically was murdered because allegedly he whistled at a white woman.
Right.
And the story has changed so many times that he didn't whistle at all.
Yeah.
Then the lady said that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Now she said she never said that.
Yeah.
So her story was never recanted, so they closed the case.
Yeah.
So this is history.
It's history repeats itself, bro, and that's what. But history has to be rewritten or retold to a certain degree, because that's why I'm like, history, the way we learn it, and it's so screwed. It's so whitewashed. It's just so whitewashed, and it's so disturbing because, you know, if you didn't know any better, you would think that all these black men grew up like hoarding and lusting over white women, when, you know, that wasn't it. We can look at the Kardashians and see how it really is. Like, these people go after and always have been, you know, obsessed with black men, but that's not the story that's being told. It's that, you know, black men somehow black men was in Africa and wasn't thinking about no white ladies. They wasn't thinking about them. But it's lots of books that tell really how white women were meaner or worse than some of the actual slave masters, because you figure these slave masters was raping the black women, having babies with them, and you know, they didn't really have they had to stay at home and do whatever the man told them to do. So they was really evil and upset about that. And so they took that out on slaves. And when you see his stuff like the image, like they always, it was like on Rosebud, it was a nigga, and they run with it, you know, and that's what pisses me off, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we can go on about that, but it's just like it's just disturbing, you know what I'm saying? Like but it always repeats itself. But the narrative is never that, you know, that these people are the perpetrators or that they are the people that provoke these things. It's always they're the victim, and it's, you know, that's got to change, because it's how many more Ahmaud, you know, Arbery's and Trayvon's and all these people that have died at the hand of self-defense, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's enough, because we can't use that self-defense, bro. If you was getting your butt beat and you killed somebody, because they're gonna find the other laws that say you can't do that against you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's messed up.
And this is why in this country it feel like we live in two different Americas.
It is.
Because of the laws. And like, people get mad, but like I on January 6th, I remember I posted on Facebook, "Hey, black folks, this ain't none of our business, because if that was us, we'd all be shot up on that Capitol." And people got mad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, man.
It's the truth.
It's absolutely true.
We see it in history. Yeah. Look what they did to the Black Panther Party.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, for self-defending their neighborhood.
Remember when they went to the Capitol in Sacramento and they had them guns? Yeah. And you remember what the police rolled up and did?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
They infiltrated that organization and tore it down, because they did not. That's every black organization or leader or anything like that that's really doing something productive and actually making a change and not doing any, you know, that's on some real bringing knowledge to black people. They're going to tear that down quickly. They're going to tear that down quickly. Like, they don't want us to be aware of ourselves. And
they don't want us to galvanize like that.
No.
When we take over a freaking Capitol building.
And use the same laws that they use.
Yeah.
They don't want that to, you know, for us to do that.
You know damn well we can't storm no Capitol building talking about we paid for this. This is ours.
No.
Hell no, man. Hell no. Hell no.
No.
Man, they're gonna be like, okay, shoot that nigga, and then shoot this nigga. Just like that, one by one.
Oh yeah.
One by one.
Yep. You know it.
So
you know it.
We can't do that, and people act like they got amnesia, act like they don't understand that, but some of y'all don't want to understand that.
It's a blind eye. Like, they want to be like, oh yeah, we're all equal, and yeah, we all are. And in the ideal world, I absolutely love all different cultures. Like, I love learning about different cultures, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always, you know, as black as I am, you know, it's always interesting to hear about the stuff, but at the same time, the same rules don't apply. So, you know, I have my feelings about that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, I feel you. I mean,
it's just messed up.
I love all cultures too, but I'm the type of person, once you show me your hand, then I already know what you are.
Sure.
So I'm gonna act accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People don't. Yeah. It's two different Americas, and if you silly enough to think that it's not, then absolutely. We have come a long way from our ancestors and what they had to endure, but there is still a long way to go. And just be aware. Like, don't act like it's not a real thing. That's the only thing, you know?
It's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, sometimes, Keith, I be like, damn, man, is it ever gonna change? Or is it, I mean, I don't know, but that's why people say, you know, I don't worry about that stuff, I only worry about me. I get it to an extent, but some stuff does affect us in the long haul when it comes to certain stuff. So that's why I pay attention to it.
Yeah. No, for sure. You know, I think it's always good to definitely to be aware.
Yeah.
And so, the bare minimum, just even if it doesn't affect you, just be aware, because you never know when it may come at your door. You know what I'm saying?
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But let's just get into something light now. Let's go into your favorite show right now, Harlem. I want to hear your thoughts.
It's not my favorite show, but it's good.
Whoa.
I just, you know what? I think I binge watched maybe like 4 episodes. So for what I mean, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited. I don't want to sound what I'm about to say. I don't want to sound like, I'm not happy about all the Black TV shows. I absolutely am. But it's like a formula, bro, that I'm noticing. And maybe, like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm doing too much, because I am excited that it's so much Black TV on. Like, it's dope. Like, it kind of reminded us, like, in like this little part of the 90s when there was a lot of Black shows, you know what I'm saying? They went through a lull where it wasn't really none, but now we're like back where it's so many on every station,
every network, every platform,
every network, bro. It's something. So, but I have an issue with the portrayal, like some of the characters are stereotypical, which it's sometimes surprising to me, because as Black people or Black creators who create the show, like, for instance, why is it that every show, it has to be like one light-skinned bougie girl? Like, the bougie person is always light-skinned, right? And they're prissy, and they're the ones that's married. They're the ones that's married.
Yeah.
Got kids.
Like, right? Insecure. Yeah.
Insecure, Harlem, Run the World, like all these shows. Like, this is the formula. Then you got the dark-skinned girl. Dark-skinned girl, she either got to be loud and extra, or she got to be promiscuous. Yeah. Always looking for a man. Yeah. And then you got then if it's a big girl on there, the big girl, she gotta be another one that's either promiscuous or loud, or loud or funny. And I'm like, okay, I'm tired of seeing this now. Like, I'm tired of seeing this now, like, because there is so many. You know what I'm saying? These are Black shows written by Black people, and it's weird to me that's like how we typecast ourselves. Like, every dark-skinned girl is loud and has an attitude and can't get a man, and just why couldn't it, like the Tiffany character Insecure, why couldn't she just be dark-skinned? Why couldn't Molly be the person who's married with
a family? Yeah.
Why she's struggling? It's little stuff like that. It seems, like I said, I don't want to make it a big deal, but it is a big deal sometimes, because there's stereotypes like that people think about dark-skinned people. And I'm just saying it because I'm a dark-skinned girl. So I mean,
dark-skinned girls,
dark-skinned girls, brown-skinned girls watching it know, like, it's little subtle stuff like that people say that we catch that people don't always hear. Like, somebody can say, so you cute for a dark-skinned girl, or you cute for a big girl. Yeah, you cute for a big girl. Like, it's that, or your skin is oh, you dark skin. You like, I'm surprised. Like,
you got good hair.
You got, like, they want me to be like, just be the beat. And I'm like, my hair is just hair, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my issue with the show. Is if anybody watch it, I think it's worth the watch. I think it's good because I like Megan Good, but I'm just tired of kind of seeing these same characters, bro. That's my honest truth about it. Is just like, I feel like we typecasting ourselves. Like, we got the floor to make Black shows, and it's just like we make the same character on each show, and it's kind of getting old.
That's an interesting perspective. I never thought about it like that. I guess, well, with Harlem, I guess, are they single?
But
the show kind of reminded me of the show that I watch on BET a little bit.
I think They're all. I don't think they. I think they all might be single.
I think they're all single, right?
Except for the gay girl. I don't think.
Except for yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta have that gay element. The times we live in, we gotta have that perspective. I'm just so like, all right, fine.
How many episodes did you see?
2.
Okay, because it was an episode that's probably maybe 3 or 4 where it's a barbershop scene that I want to ask you about, but I'll wait till you get to that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna have it watched. I watch while I'm working, so I'm gonna have it watched. But like you talk about the show, the stereotypes. I give you an example. I watch BET Sisters. Okay. It's not the best acting. Mm-hmm. What I like about the show is the storyline is so Tyler Perry, but I'm locked in. Mm-hmm. But again, you got 3 best friends. They're all single. They juggling. They got a man. You have the element of I don't need no man, and then you got this element of I'm lonely, but I'm finna settle. This man, I don't know if he's bisexual, but I'm lonely. I don't know if I should commit to him. Then you got this female. She broke up with this dude because he ain't nothing. But then when he leave her and go move on, now she want him back. Now, so you got all those elements into this one show. Mm-hmm. So my question is, do people want to see Cosby Show type stuff? Let's be honest. Because I don't think a Cosby Show would make it nowadays. I don't.
Probably
I always feel like that. I don't.
Yeah, probably not. I think people like the drama.
Yeah.
And I think people like, we always talk about it, bro. Like the toxic is what people gravitate to. I grew up, there was good times. There was a Cosby Show. Like, I can't relate to good times. Not that my family was rich, but I just don't know that struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I like the Cosby Show because that was more relatable for me. But that's my point of what I'm trying to say is that even with the toxic stuff being like what's popular, I feel like it's enough. It's enough platforms so we can just have different stories. Like there is a lane for toxic, you know what I'm saying? Because there is some truth in that, but then there is a lane for Cosby Show type stories. Like everybody don't have to struggle. Everybody ain't in that particular struggle. So, I wish we can just now that we got the floor and we got we on all these networks. Like I like to see different stuff, especially with the single ladies. Like I don't know, bro. It's just weird. It's just weird.
I think now the single lady shows are more relatable because a lot of women are single and a lot of women feel like dudes are trash, dating is suck. So I think these shows now, like Harlem, Sisters, Insecure, like I think all these shows from the age group from 40 down to 25 all can relate to these shows.
Yeah.
To me, in my opinion.
No, I think the singleness is a real thing and it's definitely relatable, you know what I'm saying? And I think they're trying to show that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think just some of the characters and how the character placing of how they do certain things. Like I will want to see, like if there is a married person in there, it just seems like it always gotta be the light-skinned person. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a promiscuous person in there, it just always happens to be a dark-skinned girl. Like I'm tired of seeing that. That's what I'm saying. Like
you're tired of stereotypes.
Yeah, I'm tired of that stereotype because it's to me it's saying stuff without saying stuff, and people draw those connections even when it's not. It's TV, but some people don't look. People look at TV if that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I just would like to see them do more with the characters. Just make them a little, just move us, do it around. Like I don't want to get caught up on color, but it's just like I get tired of seeing that sometimes. Like the dark skinned girl always the one that's got to be.
Rolling neck. Yeah, ghetto. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I get what you're saying.
I get sick of that. Like that's not like there are some pulled up dark skinned girls that got that's bougie than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
true.
Not saying that that's like I'm just saying it's just they could do a little, they could move the color stuff around a little bit. That's all.
I hear you. That's fair. That's fair. I just think that nowadays, the type of things that women are ratchet, the type of them city girls, that type of stuff, all them. I just think that's what's in right now because everybody feel like that's I don't want to say it like this, but like, oh, she keeping it real. But
right.
I mean, there's a lot of women who don't act like that are very attractable and very successful. They just don't talk like that. They just don't act like that.
Right.
And they're not dark skinned. And they're not light skinned. They just
women. The women. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They just women.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
it's just like I just feel like just with some characters, it don't have to be color based. It's just but it just always seems like it just so happens that every time it's these certain characters, they make them to look like on Harlem, bro, like the dark skinned girl with the big hair, like she's just so extra, like pink lashes, and I'm just like, no, that's. I don't even know anybody dark or light skinned that wears pink eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and again, it's TV, so you don't only take it with a grain of salt. But I didn't. But I ain't gonna run it down because, like I said, I'm glad that it's more Black TV. So
yeah, I'm glad that Amazon Prime is giving all these Black writers and directors shows. Amazon Prime is really promoting these Black writers and creators. And this is dope.
Yeah.
It's been real dope.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I watch some shows because again it gives us content. Then I always like to talk the relationship talk, men versus women, that thing. So for me it's good to watch. It's just some shows if it's just whack, I ain't watching it. I'm just gonna keep it 100. If it's whack, I ain't watching it. But let's get into the man of the hour, the man of the day. I'm gonna let you go first on him, but let's get into Mr. Jussie Smollett and his trial, his verdict today.
Bro, this boy, you know what? Somebody said he probably want to go to jail. Somebody said
hey.
That might have been a part of his plan to get go in there and get that salad toast. I don't know, but bro, this we already knew from the beginning. This was the dumbest. This was the dumbest trial. This is the dumbest case ever. It was almost like a episode from his TV show. I mean, from the beginning, when he first came out, it was so dramatic and so made zero sense. It was just it
made no sense.
Bro, it made zero sense. And it was so amazing to me how many celebrities was free Jussie and justice for Jussie. Y'all believe this? He's in a polar vortex in Chicago at 2 a.m. talking about it was I knew it was a lie because it was just too much. Ain't nobody Black walking around at Subway at 2 a.m, first of all, in Chicago when it's that damn cold. So
over there too.
Definitely not over there. We don't be going over there. That's why I was like, this sounds like a lover's quarrel, maybe, or I'm like, maybe he did get beat up, but it did not go the way he said. Whatever he said, because it just made no sense. He was like, they poured. What do you say, bro? They poured something on him. Then they call him a MAGA nigga. It was like, what?
Yeah.
This story, this is huff. It makes no sense.
It made no sense.
Yeah. It made zero sense. So I ain't surprised he got found guilty because he needed to be guilty. It was dumb. It was one of the dumbest things. I ever heard in a long. It was like, you know how like a little kid make up a story and they'd be like, what was you doing, CJ? I had went to the store, and then I went to the store. I had saw the boogeyman, and then the boogeyman told me to pick. That's how he was sounding like. It sounded like a goofy kid made the story. Like, yeah. It's like I don't want to see nobody go to jail, but it's just like you filed a false report. Then it said it was a hate crime, and it's messed up because when there are real hate crimes people going through, and then you got somebody goofy saying something like this. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it was. I listen. I waited a day or two when that first story first broke. I waited because I was like, okay, this is the day of the polar vortex, the night of the polar vortex. It had been extremely cold all that day, and at night it was like negative 43 degrees. So I'm like, so you mean to tell me this dude said he got hungry and decided to walk to Subway at 2 something in the morning in that area of Chicago? I'm like, something ain't making sense. So I waited and waited. Then some more stuff came out. I'm like, so you mean to tell me some dudes put a noose around his neck?
A noose, bro. That's what you lost me. A noose. Yeah.
You mean to tell me you let somebody put a noose around your neck and then you take a picture? So I'm like, all right, okay. All right, bro. Listen, I just waited and waited. And as soon as more stuff started coming out, and as soon as chief police said, we found out that this was all lies. This was just something for him to improve his career. That's when I was like, you lying ass Jussie. That's what I started saying.
Jussie. That's what Dave Chappelle called him, Jussie.
Yeah, Chappelle came and did his whole skit. Yeah. Called him Juicy Smollett.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just made no sense. Yeah. Like it made no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you have to paint the picture. For people who don't live in Chicago, you have to paint the picture like where that area is at. Shit like that don't happen down there. Where that area is at. And then it's like, bro, that Subway got cameras.
Yeah.
If you got your ass whooped, they're going to have cameras.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't cooperate with the police. He wouldn't give him his cell phone.
Right.
Because apparently he was texting like his manager or something. He wouldn't give up the cell phone. Like, he wouldn't cooperate. I'm thinking to myself, bro, if you got your ass whooped, this was a hate crime, you want them people to go to justice, don't you?
Right.
So I'm like, man, he's full of shit. But I know celebrities was people y'all mad because he's gay. I don't know fuck if he's gay.
Nobody cared. The thing was had nothing. This is one case where it absolutely had nothing to do with him being gay. Everything to do with him being stupid.
Stupid and a liar.
And a liar. He was a liar.
A liar.
Nobody even cared. It was like the stuff that he was saying, and I'm like, where he was at. I'm saying, you on the north side of Chicago, that's Boys Town. Like, don't nobody care about you being gay up there. Like, what? Like, tell somebody who don't live here that, because we know. I'm like, no, you was either getting beat up by your boyfriend or something, because that's
wrong.
That's a high, as far as population gay area. So it's just like, no, it nothing to do with you.
Something went wrong and he got his ass whooped. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Something went wrong. He got his ass and something went wrong.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I mean, you over there in that area, like, you welcomed over there.
Right.
And then they gonna come up here and be like, oh, you that gay actor of Empire. Like, come on, man.
Bro, it sounded like a Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, it was stupid. Like,
it sounded like who he worked for. Daniel.
And I'm just like, you did this for your career. Like, now you a laughing joke. Like, yeah, it was. As you can see, my little baby finally came in here. I had to put it out.
Look at she looking. She's like,
she want the camera time.
Oh, okay. Hi, Gigi. It's good to see you, Gigi. We love you, Gigi.
She's so bad.
But yeah, sorry. I'm glad it's over with. Like, I actually didn't care. Like, I knew he was gonna be guilty. I didn't care after 2019. So I'm glad it's over with now. He can go beat on himself literally in jail wherever he gonna go now. So,
oh yeah, that's about to happen.
now before we end this, you gotta talk about your topic because I'm very passionate about this last topic. Should women pay spousal support to men?
Yeah. So bro, what happened?
I know why you asked it.
You know what happened? How that even we talked about? I think a couple weeks ago, Stevie J and Faith Evans, and apparently, he recently, during the divorce stuff, he recently asked, I guess, for spousal support.
He did.
So
he did.
Of course, Faith is trying to get that thrown out or whatever, like saying, she ain't trying to do all that, but. It posed the question that when there is a situation where the woman is the breadwinner and they're going through a divorce, stuff like that, like what I want to know, you as a man, what do you feel as far as the spousal support? Do you think that the woman should pay it or what?
3 words. Pay that man. That's it.
Pay that
man.
Pay that man. Okay.
If he's entitled to it, pay that man.
Okay.
Because when the roles is reversed, it's pay that woman.
Yeah.
So it should not matter because one got a dick and the other one don't. Pay that man. All that matters is the wife, is the husband. Pay that man.
Yeah. I you know what? I think in all fairness, it's that is the right thing to do. Like, because if it was the other way around, the woman would definitely have to, the guy would definitely have to pay.
Yeah.
So, in a situation where he is not the breadwinner, I guess that's fair. I wouldn't want to pay it, but and most men probably don't ask for it just because of just the optics of it all. But I guess, like you say, in fairness, if it was the other way around, he would have to pay. So, but I guess the thing is that he's been married that long. So, really, how long can he get spousal support?
I think you're entitled to spousal support no matter what, just whatever you agree to between you and your lawyers and whatever the judge declared.
Yeah.
But those two.
Does that mean he bitter because he asked for spousal support?
Some people say he bitter, but I'm like, this Stevie J we talking about, so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. But again, if what happened the way it was said, then he owed his money.
Mm-hmm.
But once they got to pay spousal support, Mary J, she pays it to dude. And he won shit.
Yes. You to pay child support for somebody.
No, I know. I get it, but man. That's what they agreed to.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off. You know what? That'd be a situation. This off the record, but he might have to disappear. You cheated on me. Yeah, you cheated on me. I'm not gonna pay you, boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. So if that means you gotta go, then you gotta.
He gonna have to disappear.
You gotta disappear. Sorry, I'd rather pay you. I'd rather pay somebody to make you disappear than my pride won't allow me to just pay you that money you cheated on me. Like I just can't. You
gotta cut that check piece every month. Every month you gotta cut that check.
Bro, I might as well cut myself if I have to do that. Like, no, he gotta go. I have to call somebody, call the family here, like, hey, he gotta go on a long vacation with the Lord.
Yeah. Because I think Jill Scott fans spousal support.
Man, listen.
I think who else? Halle Berry was doing it.
Yeah.
So
it is what it is. It's fair, but I'm just saying, in a situation where you are the cause of us being divorced too, now I gotta pay you. Boy, no, I can't. I just can't. Physically, I'll be sick. Like I'm serious. Like he gotta go.
You can't do it.
Yeah, I don't. I would imagine that's how come women end up missing. If they was on some BS and some guys go that route, some men have gone that route, bro, because they ain't want to pay no child support or spousal support and all that stuff. So I get it now. Maybe I watch too much channel, but I get it. Yeah.
I never forget what Hulk Hogan. I never forget what Hulk Hogan said when he saw that his wife was dating a young dude, and the young dude was staying at his crib.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This is a damn crib. I'm paying for it. He driving in the car and I paid for it. I'm paying her monthly."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I want to make him disappear."
Oh yeah. I listen. I get it 100%, bro.
O.J. Simpson. Yeah. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it.
You stupid. You stupid.
I get it.
You stupid.
If I could just say that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like Chris Rock said.
OJ
I understand.
OJ is different. OJ is a different maniac. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but I understand though. Like, hey man, I'm paying this woman. You over here in my house, and hey, I understand.
I get it.
But that's a lot of money. Some of these people be paying a lot of money to for months.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
A lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't physically. I would have to figure out another way because I'm not paying you to cheat on me. No.
Because you literally, what spousal support is, right? Yeah. It's really to live the lifestyle that you were living while you were married. Right. That's crazy, ain't it?
Right.
Think about it.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, it's catch-22. Like, it's just like you say, it's to continue, that lifestyle basically. Like, and if you were the person that make all the money, like, it's to continue, wherever that agreement is, wherever that amount of time is, and again, like, I just feel like if we broke up, that's just you don't get to spend that, you don't get to live the life no more.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. Do you think Dre's wife deserved every bit that she asked for?
No. That's stupid. I don't. Even as a woman, like, I think that you can they can separate, and as a married couple, divide whatever they're supposed to as far as their assets. She did raise some kids, so you deserve something. But to the amount of money she asked for a month, I think that's stupid and ridiculous. Like, again, I feel like if you broke up with me and we break up and we decide to separate, that lifestyle that you used to live is no more. Period. Because we're not together no more. You have a new life, and you're gonna go wherever you would go back to doing what you was doing before. Like, I would expect that. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like you break up with somebody, and I was okay. I was good before I met you. So it really don't. I'll be okay when you leave. Like, no, I ain't gonna be able to get to the parties like that no more. I can't shop like that no more. But I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not on the outside looking in. I ain't never been with nobody that kind of money. So shit, I don't know. But I just feel like that's $1 million a month. Like, I just feel like people that's stupid though. That's stupid. But
that is stupid.
That
is stupid. But people paying, man. These people ask for $200,000 a month. $175,000 a month.
It pisses me off because you're asking for $1 million a month, and you be saying they make up all these things about why they can't survive off of, a normal. I'm like, that's $1 million. You can't make it off $1 million. How much money you got to have to say you can't make it off $1 million? That's just why it pisses me off. Like, I don't feel sorry.
Does anybody really have? Who has expenses of $1 million a month?
And if you are having that kind of expenses, it's just like, that's just the greed that we coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for you.
Greed.
You wanna keep living a life where we spend $1 million a month? Like, girl, like, go on. Yeah. Now that's somebody
that's greedy.
That's greedy, bro. That's greedy and just unnecessary. Unnecessary.
That is greedy.
Yeah.
Because
if you had $1 million a month, you should have been stacking your money. So if you're gonna get divorced at some point, you should have been putting the money to side. So when that day leave and y'all go, you good. Like, I don't know. People just money hungry. I ain't never been motivated by money like that. So I just see things a little bit different.
A lot of people are money hungry.
Yeah, I'm not.
They are money hungry, and a lot of people, and I hate to say it, a lot of these celebs that get married, most of that shit be business arrangement.
Yeah.
They know, like, okay, if it don't work out, hey, I'm gonna get this. We're gonna figure out a way to split this. I mean, they know that. So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe you like the last of the hopeless romantic.
I probably am. But even outside of that, bro, I just think like that's just, I just think fair is fair, and if the guy you was with, y'all not together no more, like even in I just think that you're gonna get what you can get. If she walked away with $50 million, like how was, again, I guess I don't have access to that kind of money, so my brain is saying if you was divorced and you settled and he gave you $50 million, and how is that not enough for you to survive? I just can't. I don't get it. And you didn't come in there with that kind of money.
That's what Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan said, "No, we're not doing spousal support. What I'll do, I'll cut you a check for over $100-something million. That's it."
She got like $250 million.
Yeah, that's what he did. Like he just said, "I'm gonna cut you a check."
Yeah,
but
sometimes, guys, I get that route too. Give her, she can take half my money because he know he gonna make that back, which he did. He made that back times 2, whatever he gave her. But it's like we settled. She can have her money. I ain't gotta deal with her no more. I don't have to give her money every month.
Right.
She wants half, she can have half. I'm going with my life, and I'll make that money 3 times over, which he did. And I'm
3 times over.
Give her, settle what you're gonna settle and move on. Like some people don't want the headache no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to keep a reminder every time I look up it's a check coming to you every month. Like I would probably, if I had that kind of money, I would go that route too. Listen, how much you want? This is what I have. This is how much I'm gonna give you. You accept it or you not, because you're not getting money every month. So this is what it's gonna be. Take that and get the hell on.
And in the state of California, it's half. Tiger Woods had to come off with half, and in his prenup agreement, if he was found being infidelity, he had to pay her $5 million.
Man, I'll never get married. People stupid for getting married in California. I would never get married in California. We found a state where I don't none of that half stuff apply, and let me get married there, and I'm gonna make sure I got a house there, and I'm like I live there 60% of the time. Yep. Mm-hmm.
To the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like California, boy, hey, you fuck up. That's why Kobe, God rest his soul, they was going through that thing.
Yeah.
He was gonna hit Kobe over the head.
Oh yeah, cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to
hit him over his head.
Oh yeah.
He would have got it too.
Oh yeah, because like you said, it's the state. That's the state property rule. So yeah, he
yeah, state property rule.
Yeah, he would have got it.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm no California get married for me. I no way.
Me neither. If I meet somebody that's and he wants to get married and he wants to have a destination wedding, or he wants to move somewhere, it's not gonna be California. Yeah, we're not moving to California.
Hell no.
Yeah, unless you want to move to California, and we can do that. Then, just give me my half and I'll leave you alone.
Right, leave you alone.
Yeah, I'll leave you alone. You don't want me no more, fine. Get my money.
Right. Get my money, my coins.
Get my money. Get my coins. Get my coins.
Wait.
You gotta hear from me again, bro. I promise you. Get my coins. I'm out your head. You can go be whatever you want to be.
Get my coins.
All the bitches you want, okay?
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, before we get out of here, I want to know what you got planned this weekend.
This weekend I'm gonna do a little hanging out.
Will there be liquor involved?
Definitely. You know what, bro? I've been y'all gonna see my transformation, over these last couple of months, because I've been on a little diet. So I have not drank alcohol.
What?
I haven't drank alcohol. I don't think since your birthday, maybe. But maybe not.
Hand clap.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. So I've been
hand
trying.
clap.
Hand claps.
Hand clap.
So yeah, I'm on this little weight loss thing. So I ain't gonna be crazy. I'm gonna hang out a little bit with some friends, do my family thing, and get ready for next week. I mean, also too, I dropped this other little promo for our rap queens. Those of you who have not followed that page, go ahead and follow that page. We are wrapping gifts for the season. We are wrapping this Saturday too. So if you in the Forest Park area, definitely hit us up. Text that number on the flyer on our page, and we'll let you know the location we'll be at, because it's G14 classified, and we'll hook y'all up. So if you hate rap,
make sure y'all use rap queens. All right, them women are thorough and they legit and they black. So use them.
And we'll get you some nice. We'll get your gifts to look pretty under your tree, and we'll hook y'all up.
Yeah.
What you got going on, bro?
Okay. I got basketball games Friday and Saturday. Sunday I'm doing something with basketball, so that's my weekend. No hanging out for me until Christmas. That's when I got a break.
Oh well, I do. I have a little drink for you.
You have a little drink.
I have a little. I pull out a little liquor for you.
Nope.
I'm gonna be scared to drink, because you know what? Like I said, I ain't drinking a couple weeks, so probably whatever I drink gonna probably take me over the edge. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're gonna be hurting a little bit. You're gonna be hurting a little bit.
Yeah, I'm being.
A little bit.
I can see that happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Tease. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Transformation Tease.
Transformation. Y'all gonna see. I'm gonna be like, Dad, she too skinny now. Probably not gonna say that, but
yeah, they're gonna be like, Dad, if she's sick, that's what they're gonna. You know how black folks.
What? Black people, when you start losing weight, black people be saying like, they be like, she on that stuff. They'll be like, T's on that stuff. I'm like,
she on that stuff. T's on that stuff, y'all.
Do not just compliment you. Like when you lose weight, they be like, girl, you looking good. But when you leave, they're gonna be like, yeah, she on that stuff. Like, we relate that to
stuff. Why they always do that? Why they always do that?
I don't know. You know what? It's like it's
man.
This week it's been going on Twitter and on Instagram. It started on Twitter when it said like, the African American urge to say this.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the African American urge to tell somebody that lost weight
to say,
that they on that stuff.
We should put that on one. We should put that on one, man. The urge.
We'll put it on the podcast page.
That should be funny, man.
Yeah.
How about this one? The African American urge to scream representative instead of talking to our.
Bro, I definitely do that. I don't know what it is about. I'm like, cause you be saying representative and they don't do it, but you gotta scream that shit. Like they don't do it unless you scream. yeah. That African American urge. That
oh man.
That had me rolling all week, bro.
I love it, man. That whole little thing is funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, but all right, Tease. But look, next week, we're gonna have a lot to talk about because it's gonna be a Bears game on Sunday.
Yes.
We're gonna figure out if it's Matt Nagy's last game or not.
Mm-hmm.
The Bulls have COVID all in the Bulls organization.
We might as well just not play.
Yeah, it might not be any Bulls games after tomorrow, so it's gonna be a lot to talk about for next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. We're gonna close this.
Shout out to the Reasonable Ignorant Podcast.
What up, boys?
They talked about last week's show. Yeah. They want to get on here. We're gonna figure that out. We're gonna work that out. We'll get them on here.
We can figure that out.
We're gonna figure it out.
So we gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a couple joint shows with some of our other homies that's got podcasts. you know, we all support each other, but it's always good to get together too. So yeah, hopefully we do something. We can figure out some stuff.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm with it too. The only thing is, all of our homies is just homies. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get some girls in here because I will not be outnumbered. Yeah, I can stand my ground, but we need some more, you know, feminine energy if I do the show with all y'all. So
yeah,
we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, because you're gonna be in a room all Harlem.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in there with all these musties. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need somebody in there that smells good as me.
Oh God!
I'm just saying, I got to get another girl up in there with me.
Yeah, you do, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, man, this is a good show. I'm glad we had Chrishon here from Love Corkscrew. Appreciate that again.
Yes.
Make sure you guys follow her page, Love Corkscrew. Make sure you follow it.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So, all right, then. Well, we'll see y'all next week with another episode. Y'all make sure y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Next week.
Yeah.
Peace.